Yo, what's
Yo,
up, G?
what's up, bro? What's going on?
Man, just finishing up some ginger ale.
Sweet, nice. Back again. Real talk with G and
Back
Mark.
again, man. Y'all know the vibes.
Hey, y'all. So this
I don't know what I
episode,
did right there. That's nothing. That's not that. All right.
we're talking about accountability. Now, accountability,
Yeah,
man.
accountability.
Everyone is accountable for their own actions. We don't know you. We don't know what's going on up in here, but what you do, what you act on, we can tell what's up in here and what's going on in your heart. And you're responsible for that. No matter what anybody else does, that how they come at you, what they say online, in person, however you react, it is your responsibility and you are accountable to how you come off to people. You don't get to say, this
You
person said this or said that. That's why I reacted. It's your choice. You have free will. God gave you free will to choose your actions. And whatever happens from your actions, you are accountable.
yeah, most definitely. You are held accountable for your actions, good or bad. A lot of people get lost in that, and a lot of people feel like they do anything wrong, but you did. You definitely did something wrong. You need to hold yourself accountable for your actions. But that's what we talking about today, man. Accountability, man.
Yeah.
Have anybody, I'm gonna ask you, G, if anybody you ever felt like you did something wrong, but you didn't apologize for it and you were held accountable? Did you know that you you were responsible for your actions? Like when was it a time where, you know, you felt like you had to hold yourself accountable, but you didn't feel like it at first? A lot of people don't feel like they do anything wrong. And so, you know, have you ever got to that point in life before?
Yeah. I mean, it's a there's a man a plethora. That's my word for the week. I've done a plethora of things wrong that especially when I was younger, that I felt like, well, it's not my fault, or I only did this, or it wasn't that bad. When somebody does that, that means they are about to try to excuse themselves from being accountable for whatever they did. And when you get older, when you have kids, or if you're a supervisor or some kind of uh, manager, if you're in that type of work, you hear it all the time. Somebody 5 minutes late. I'm only 5 minutes late. That means I shouldn't be held accountable for being 5 minutes late. And then on top of that, they're like, well, I'm only 5 minutes late, but Bob over there was 10 minutes late. Well, you can't
Mm-hmm.
speak for Bob. You don't know what Bob got going on. Me and Bob probably have a conversation
Yeah.
like 20 minutes before he even came to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so being accountable. Now we talk about accountability all the time because we, being the oldest in our family, in our generation, we were always they made sure that we were held accountable for our doings. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Right.
and then we've seen other people not being held accountable for what they done. Now that doesn't mean that there was no consequences to other people's actions. We just didn't see it.
Mhm.
But not all
Yeah.
the time that's the case though.
A lot of people that have narcissistic behavior, those type of people don't hold themselves accountable for anything. It's always the other person's fault. And it's a lot of narcissistic people out here that blame other people for their problems and how they live and the choices they make in life. Like we lived in the hood. Shout out to Southeast DC templates. We lived in a rough neighborhood, and a lot of people say, "Oh, it's the way I was raised and the way I grew up." But it's people raised the same way you were raised and turned out different. It's a choice. I feel like it's a choice in the matter. You have a choice to be good or bad.
You do.
It's all about choices in life, and a lot of people that's from our area, they went on to be something great, and then some people they stayed in the world that they seen growing up.
Yeah.
You gotta wanna change. It starts within yourself. You gotta wanna do great and be great. It's a big world out here, and if you get a little taste of it, you might like it, and you might want to. It might help you change the ways and how you view life. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what my take on accountability. It starts with you. Like you gotta step back and look at yourself sometimes and say, I shouldn't have did that. I was wrong for that. You gotta apologize. You gotta do better, man. As a people, we have to do better with that. You gotta do better.
Man,
a lot of people grew up in broken homes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That right there is that's a big one right there. I think for most people is that you yourself grew up in a certain home style in environment, and then people that's grew up in a broken home, or they were like they didn't grow up with the finer things in life, and then they get older and they say, well, my father wasn't around, so that's an excuse for why they behave the way they behave, or my mother didn't show me enough love, so that's why they behave the way they behave. I'm like, look, once you become an adult, and I'm saying once you hit 21 and you're out the house, even if you're not out the house, hell, once you hit 21, you're legally an adult. You know what I'm saying? You are an adult. Yeah. So the whole thing with I hear many women all the time. I hear that all the time. Well, I got pregnant and I was young. I didn't know any better. You knew enough to have sex. You knew enough for the consequences to know if I have sex, I'm going to either get pregnant or get somebody else pregnant, or contract a freaking STD. So there's no excuse about I was too young. If you're 14 to get pregnant, it's stupid. But I kind of give you a little bit of a pass because you don't know all there is to know about those kind of consequences. You just know that sex, it feels good. I might get pregnant if it do happen. My mama or my daddy's going to help me raise the kid or whatever. But you don't fully understand the consequences to those actions. Now, I give a pass to them, especially if that person, those kids are young, or if it's a young person and somebody that's well over like 21. Like that 21-year-old knows this person's not ready to have a kid. They have ager behind their number, how old they are. So they don't know.
They have what?
Like ager, like if teenager. Like teenager. Like if somebody's 17 years old. You know what I mean? Whether it's a 17-year-old boy or a 17-year-old girl, and somebody is in their 20s or 30s, shouldn't be having sex with a teenager. No matter how much they come across if they are grown. They're not grown. They aren't. They are not in that position to make any decision that's going to affect their life and the people around them in a major way, especially bringing a baby or buying a car. Shouldn't be buying a car at 18 years old. You shouldn't. Unless you're buying a lemon, unless you're buying something.
Why?
What happened?
Why shouldn't you be buying a car at 18 years old?
One, you don't have any credit. So your uh what is the APR? Whatever. Your I can't think of the name, whatever. But I really can't think of the name of it. It's left my mind, bro.
So you telling me that
Like
you
if you're
you
if
can't buy a car 18 years
no,
old, like
you
you
can. I'm
working,
just
you save your money to buy a car.
well, I put it like this. No, I put it up like this. You should have somebody go with you that knows what they're doing, that can give you the best deal for what's going on in your life at that time. Like if you're buying
But
a
you never
brand new
know. It
car,
depends. It depends on the person. Like
right?
just because you're a certain age, don't mean that you're on the same playing field as other 18-year olds. It's people are some people are more mature for their age, some people not. So it's like
No,
you can't
yeah.
just put all the 18-year-olds in one box and say everybody you shouldn't be ready to you can't be ready to buy a car. And
Well,
you
so I
might
guess
need somebody to go to with you, to buy a car.
yeah. I'm speaking more in general. The average 18-year-old doesn't have the credit, nor job, nor
Mm-hmm.
people behind them supporting them financially for them to have
Mm-hmm.
a 2022 car, especially if it's something like if
Mm-hmm.
it's something flashy, if it's something real nice.
But, these rich kids, they parents buy them extravagant cars at
Yeah,
16 and
yeah.
16 and up. And if you rich, then
But that's different. That's what I'm saying.
I
That's
don't know.
different.
It's my it's different.
Right. That's not the average
Mm-hmm.
18-year-old. But I mean, hey, if you got a car and you're making it work, do it. I mean, I just think that some people just they aren't not ready to have that much of responsibility. But then again, I could be wrong.
Now, now going back to accountability, right? Shaq previously did an interview speaking on his marriage,
Right.
and he pretty much, he pretty much took accountability for the split and the things that transpired out of his marriage, and that's what's needed. Now, me and you talked about it, and he pretty much didn't down her. He didn't talk down or bad about her. He didn't say anything. He took full responsibility and accountability for his actions and everything. And it goes. The next question is about in the comments, people were saying, well, the women were saying we need more men to do that, and one guy was like, well, the women need to hold themselves accountable for things they do too. And all the women just instead of saying, yeah, you're right, they went off the deep end. Boy, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Woo, woo. And that's what's wrong with society today with these women. A lot of these women, they do these spiteful things and put the blame on the father or the baby father, the husband. They put it all on us. Like women, a lot of women feel like they are not wrong about their choices and actions in life. They don't hold themselves accountable for a lot of things too. And it's ridiculous because we don't have balance. There's no balance.
Right.
Everything is put on one person and let the other person just live freely and everybody take her side. But what about the father? He admits we admit to our wrongs, but have you ever heard a woman like admit that she was wrong about her actions and things that she did wrong?
You don't really
It's
hear
quite rare in my life that I've seen.
you don't
Yeah.
hear too much. Like and by I would say by the time she admits it, like y'all done had this conversation for like an
Mm-hmm.
hour. Like you pretty much got like block this and block that. But what about nope? What about nope? What about nope? You pretty much gotta like you gotta have
Yeah.
some I don't want to say sharp skills, but you pretty much got to cut off all that. But it wasn't my fault. Blah blah blah. To get down to the point where she's like, you know what? You got me. I'm responsible. I mean, I gotta say,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you though, I haven't had a whole lot of times where a female said,
Mm-hmm.
"I'm accountable for what I did wrong." Seriously, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to say, man, when we talk to our guy friends and our family, more of them than not will admit and and take responsibility and take accountability for their wrongdoing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Women, I don't know why it's so hard for them to take accountability for the things that they do. Because if you have Shaq saying this, saying like it wasn't on her. I did this, I did that. She's still a great person, and whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have all the women saying one thing, and then one guy says something, and then all of a sudden it's just this firestorm on Twitter or
Yeah.
social media. It's like that right there shows you right there that none of y'all are taking accountability for anything, and you're looking at this through biased eyes. You're not looking at it from
Yeah.
both sides. Now, men, we have to look at it from our side, and then we have to have an understanding how the female feels. Women seem like
Yeah.
they just have their side, and then it stops. It stops right there. It's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, you're not even gonna look at it from the guy's point of view or how he feels.
Right.
No, I don't need to.
No.
This is how I feel, and you just basing stuff on feelings. You're not gonna get anywhere. You're gonna be
Yeah.
stuck in this tornado of feelings and hurt and chaos, and
Yeah.
man, it's for the birds.
It is, man. It definitely it definitely is for the birds. Like, I don't understand. Like, it can all be so simple if we can just get on the same page and have balance in our relationships, and both sides just take accountability for things they do wrong, and get an understanding of each other. Like, you can even agree to disagree sometimes, but take accountability, ladies, of your actions too. Those spiteful ways y'all have when your feelings and emotions, you feel like somebody is trying to tear you down or do harm to you. Like, you don't have to try to be on attack mode. Communication is so simple. Just talk and get an understanding of what's going on and why it happened, and maybe you'll feel a lot better about the situation. You never know, but a lot of people don't know how to communicate. Communication is like, it's not it's key. It's definitely key, but
Yeah,
people don't use those keys. You understand what I'm saying? They don't use them all the time. They go straight into attack mode off of feelings and hurt and emotions, and then you end up in a situation that could have been prevented. You know,
yeah,
accountability, man.
yeah, man.
Accountability.
It's something that, man, the society has lost sight of for sure, because all of a sudden it's
Yeah,
nobody's fault, or it's not my fault that I'm the way I am. It's like it's 100% your fault.
yeah,
You are the way you are. You didn't get here overnight. Unless you hit the lottery,
mm-hmm.
you didn't get
Mm-hmm.
here overnight. These were habits and patterns that happened to the point where it got to a point where it's like, damn, I got to get my life together. Or how did I end up here? It didn't just happen.
You ever
It's been happening.
you ever talk to a female, and you get to know, they tell you about their past and who did them wrong, and what this person did, what that person did, and you talk to them, try to get an understanding of, well, why this person do this to you, and they never tell you what they done
Right.
to
Yeah.
get caught, to get treated
Yeah.
the way they get treated. You ever talk to somebody?
Yeah.
I had to
Yeah.
cut I had to cut somebody off like that. That it's like she just wanted to have this spiteful behavior towards people that she felt hurt her. She did not want to like change. She did not want to see her fault in the matter. She did nothing wrong. And it's like, how do you get to feel like that? And then, when I asked you, well, what did you do? I didn't do nothing. In every situation that you told me about, you did absolutely nothing. You're not gonna sit up here and tell me you did nothing, and just all these random people just started treating you bad. Like, you gotta look at yourself, hold yourself, talk to people how you act, everything. Because
Yeah.
ain't nowhere in the world is 50 people out there, and none of those people treated you right. None of them. Even the ones that you said was good at one point. None of them.
Right.
You
None
can't
of them.
tell me that, man.
Right.
Somewhere along the line, none of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's crazy.
Somewhere along the line, you gotta look at yourself. And if you don't want to, yeah, go ahead, G.
No, I was just going to say that would mean that everybody else is crazy except for you.
Yeah.
Everybody else got a problem except for you. Like that makes no sense. Like that's not even believable. That's dumb as hell.
It's not.
It's everybody's fault. It's everybody's fault. You did nothing wrong. And I hate when I hear people talking like that. I ain't do nothing wrong. Obviously, you did something for that person to act the way they did towards you. Either you weren't listening, you missed something, or you just didn't give a damn. Things don't just happen to people.
Yeah, 10 times out of 10.
Yes. Yeah. Things don't just happen. A freak accident, that just happened. But human to human interactions, whatever, yeah, it ain't just, it didn't just happen. Your ass did something, and you don't like how they responded. So you try to go with, all I did was, whatever. It was you.
Yeah, that's the one.
It was you.
That's the one.
I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for people that be acting like that. I really don't, because I don't expect them to feel sorry for me. Because if I do something foul and I know it's jacked up, and I don't apologize to that person for, in like a timely manner, I feel bad. It would bother me. But people that go on,
don't get me wrong though,
living their life like that, I don't feel sorry for them.
Don't get me wrong. There are people out there that like put off this facade to the world on the internet that they're just this magically delicious type of people, and they're just so positive and filled with positive energy in life. And behind the scenes, some of these people are problems. It is people out there that put out this persona that they're good people, and they be the ones too, like doing a bunch of sneaking around, talking mess, and just a whole bunch of jive.
Yeah.
Jive turkeys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's not.
You jive turkey.
It's not completely.
He said jive turkey. It's back to the 70s.
It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not all the people like what you think is good, man. You gotta watch those people, man. When you behind the scenes and you stay with people and live with people, they say when you live with somebody, you see the real them. And a lot of these people,
it's true,
that you interact with, that's in the circles, they look at these people like, oh, they so loving it. And then when you hear something bad about them, people don't believe it. People don't believe it because not everybody gets that opportunity to be behind the scenes with those people. And because I've seen those side of life, just through life period, seeing people how they act on the internet and seeing how they live in real life. And a lot of these people, it don't match. And if the world knew that you acted like this behind closed doors, they would look at you totally different. A lot of people hide who they really are from people, from everybody. They don't want to be exposed to the real them.
Right.
No. I tell people all the time, why are you trying to hide that from them? Oh, I don't follow these people because, I'm in this field and I'm doing, they only know me for doing this. But on another social media page, they're acting the way how they really act.
Right.
And it's not, they don't think those people that the website or social media or whatever, they don't feel like they would like that. So you would never know people because of the internet. It's a facade, man. You can put whatever you want. You can take a picture right now and it look like you at the beach. Or I had people tell me show me that they did certain things to fake like they're in certain places, and people believe it. Like people don't read on the internet either. They don't read the caption. They don't read. They just go automatically into what they see and they believe it. I was not in Florida when I said I was in Florida, and they believed it. Like I didn't say anything. I said from Maryland to Florida, and that could have been anything, but they thought I was in Florida. People was like, "Safe trip. How was the weather down there?" I'm like, I'm not there. Like, and they believed it to this day. Like people believe I have kids. I gotta hold myself accountable for my actions. I gotta hold myself accountable, man. I wasn't there, man. I wasn't there.
The
Yeah,
last,
man.
yeah,
Accountability, man.
the last thing I'd
Yes.
say, man, about I think is accountability. That's the same way with two people that have kids with each other, whether it was a one night stand or a couple of nights, whatever. And I can't stand when I hear a female say something stupid like, "Well, if you didn't want to have a baby, then you shouldn't have came inside of me." Like what? Right?
What?
That's how it's somewhat goes.
Uh,
The argument once they can't get past anything else
yeah.
when things start to happen and they start to get scared and start just
Mhm.
freaking the hell out. All of a sudden, these kind of conversations, these everybody
Yeah.
gets on uh, defense, whatever. And I can't stand. I can't believe people would say stuff like that right there, bro. Like if you didn't want me to get pregnant,
Yeah.
you should have wrapped it up. First of all, accountability. I believe that some people won't believe me or agree with this, and I'm fine.
Uh,
But protection from getting pregnant, I believe, is it's on both, but especially is on a
yeah.
female. It is a female. It is your
Mm.
responsibility to make sure that there is protection. Now, you can say he should have brought a condom. True. But you control access to sex. So if you say no sex, then there's no pregnancy. So you can't
Yeah.
blame him saying that he didn't wrap it up, but you let him put it inside of you because you wanted it
Right.
and you liked it. You wanted him deep,
Yeah.
swelling up inside of you. What did you do? Nothing.
Okay. Okay.
He shot the club up. He
Hey.
shot the club up, and
Oh
what did
my
you
God,
do?
man.
Y'all enjoyed y'all night. And guys, being
Wow.
accountable. You need to be vetting the woman that you're sleeping with. Seriously. Look at her friends. If her friends ratchet, if her friends are shallow, if they gossip, that means
Yeah.
you're pretty much going into the bedroom with one of them. Not saying you're going to one of them, but the person that you're going into the bedroom with or into this relationship with, look at her friends. If that's the people that she hangs around, that's the type of woman that you're going to get. That's the type of woman you're going to get. And you should be making sure that you're not getting into a relationship with a woman who's not friendly and feminine. Friendly and if she's not friendly,
All right.
if she's not feminine, that's a problem.
Like this.
All right, what?
I was like, all right. It just came all loud as hell. So you said friendly and feminine. I don't
Yeah.
know where you was about to go with that.
No, that's it.
Where
No,
you going?
I won't go anywhere crazy with it. Huh?
What you mean friendly? What you mean friendly and feminine? What is that? Talking about the women? Talking about the friends?
No, if she's not friendly, if she doesn't have a friendly personality, if she's an asshole, if she treats you like garbage, if she always got her attitude sucks, that's not friendly. You don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who feels like a I don't know, just an asshole. Like that sucks.
Ratchet?
And then feminine, somebody who's not masculine,
Oh my God.
somebody who's not trying to compete against you.
Mhm.
Nobody want no angry
Okay,
person.
got it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No one wants that type of person.
Hell no, nobody like it. Yeah, so basically you just gotta hold yourself accountable to who you mess with too. Like
Yeah,
you
that's what I'm
said,
saying. Guys, you got to hold yourself
the
accountable.
top 10, the top 10, the top 10 issues I done said top 10 3 times. The top 10 thing you said was the famous one. Well, I didn't tell you to nut in me and all that, come in me or whatever the case is. You hear that a lot. That right there gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
Like you said it. You giving them access. Like can't do it alone. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Both of y'all gotta hold yourself accountable. So he shouldn't have never did it, and you shouldn't have never let him do it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Crazy, man. Ain't it crazy? The world is crazy. The world is backwards. Extremely backwards. This type of stuff don't make no type of sense. How can you argue with some man about doing that to you, and you had access? If he raped you, that was one thing. Oh, you can't say rape, right?
Yeah, say great.
I don't know. Okay, great. Oh, that's not bad. Great. If he raped you, okay, then that's something different. But if you gave him consent and you're blaming him for that, and he didn't wear a condom, like that's both of y'all. It's not just on him. So yeah. I mean, that's all I got to say, man.
Accountability. All right, folks. Let us know what you think, especially about accountability. Share, like, and comment, and subscribe. But definitely leave a comment about accountability. I don't think anybody is above accountability. No one. That's all I got.
Man. We out, man. I'm gonna piece it though, because we still do pieces.
No, we don't.
Pow, pow,
we stopped
pow,
that.
Pow, pow.
I think like the
I
90s.
still do it.
What do you?
He keeps saying that, but
still watch MTV.
He ain't been on the internet. He ain't been on the internet in years. He don't know what's going on out there. People still piecing it out. Bloggers, go look at some people that blog in their channels and see if they don't piece it out. And if you find one that don't piece it out, you send it to me, man.
It's a whole lot of
send me cash.
A whole lot of people.
Cash out me too, man. God, you talking about the 90s. You don't even know how to use Instagram. He don't even know how to use social media. He talking about something. It's old. Come on, man.
I use enough.
Look at this guy.
I know exactly how much to use. All right.